There are bad everything, for Christ's sakes. Hey, what do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, your sister's ads, Pony Express, a very ticked off Vic here. You know what ticks me off? People who make generalizations. Now, listen up and follow me. If you make generalizations, you're an ignorant fucking fool who is helping to tear down a nation and society. It's just that simple. There is no argument. What are you going to argue? That all Irish are drunks, and all blacks have fat asses, and all Jews have big noses, and all Asians are smart, and all Italians are stupid? That's what generalizing is. It's when you're so small-minded and ignorant that you just lump an entire group of people into one neat and fucked up description. Did you know that 51% of the armed forces of the United States vote Republican and 49% vote Democratic according to the U.S. military? Yeah. So that libtard or Republican is that in that foxhole who had your back or is guarding a post or is going into battle to fight for this country maybe doesn't fit into your moronic idea of what someone is. It happens in all parts of our society. There are people who just hate the police. To all those people who blindly hate the police and make generalizations about law enforcement officers, shame, shame, shame on you. Now listen up. I am not arguing all police officers are perfect. No group of people is perfect. It's generalizing in the other direction to say that. And to those people who support the police, I am not saying they are all perfect either. Police officers are all just human beings too. They will make mistakes. Sometimes intentionally, but most times unintentionally. This is my whole point. I have too many friends and relatives who are police officers, and they are beautiful people who try to do the right thing and are decent and honorable, and they live their lives with integrity. How dare you call good, honest, hardworking cops anything but upstanding professionals who do a great service to our nation? They have the balls to go out and protect every single aspect of our society every single fucking day. And can everyone step back and take a deep breath and really think about just how critical the police are to society? They keep chaos from taking control. How hard is that to understand, the stress and the pressure they face? They wake up every day and put their life on the line. They say goodbye to their wives and kids, not knowing if they'll be back to see them again. It is truly a unique and incredible service that they provide to every corner of this great country. No one else comes close to that kind of stress and danger with the exception of maybe firefighters. Shoe salesmen, chefs, stockbrokers, and everyone else in this country does not have to worry about facing danger just around the corner every single second of every single day, but police officers do. And we keep putting more and more pressure on them while cities and governments cut services. Police have to be social workers now. They have to deal with emotionally unstable suspects now. They have to do so much more than what they are technically trained to handle. Give them a fucking break, for Christ's sakes. No one faces stress like they do. No one! Look, I know there are bad cops. There are also bad dentists who knock out their patients and you wake up with your bra on backwards and your panties inside out. But are all dentists bad? There are mechanics who rip off their customers and charge for changing the oil filter when they didn't change the oil filter. But are all mechanics bad? There are bad everything, for Christ's sakes. Can we focus on the vast majority of good cops out there? And of course, times are so crazy right now, which puts even more stress on law enforcement. Now, add that to the police have to go out and deal with a damn pandemic swirling around them to make things even more stressful. And listen up, you fucking momos who argue, oh, diabetes kills and heart attacks kill and lung cancer kills and the flu kills more than the coronavirus. Hey, stupid! A cop can't catch lung cancer or heart attacks or diabetes from a perp. And there are flu vaccines and flu treatments if you do get the flu. There is no vaccine or treatment for the virus right now. The cops have to go out and face this virus head on. They have no choice. And then you have to add another layer of stress on top of their job. You think it's fun to stand in the Capitol building of any city in this country with heavily armed screaming nuts in your face? You don't know if they're unstable or angry enough to snap. But there's the police trying to keep the peace and protect all innocent people while mental patients are running around screaming at you with AK-47s. And of course, the police stand there and they do their fucking duty for all of us. What would happen if they weren't there? Would the protesters have bullied the politicians and the people who worked in the Capitol building? What exactly would these protesters have done? Do we really want to find out? No! And by the way, these idiot protesters were freely inside the Capitol, freely yelling what they wanted while freely moving around and freely carrying their big boy guns while complaining about their freedom being taken away. You can't make this shit up. Listen, the world isn't perfect, and neither are the people in it. But if you can't step back and take each individual for who they are instead of lumping entire groups into one, then you are part of the problem. And the fact that you don't know it is also part of the problem. And if we don't straighten this shit out, brother, we are in for a fucking world of pain. People who make generalizations, that's what fucking ticks me off.